Hey YouTube, this is the Art of Prepping. This is part 2 of our Everyday Carry series, and we're just going to talk about flashlights now. So when it comes to flashlights, we have a variety of different lighting products. I don't include things like glow sticks and more alternative little means like small lanterns. In your everyday carry, you're not going to be walking around with a small lantern or a glow stick. So what you will probably have is maybe a keychain light. This is just an example of one of many. And you might have a small, a single-celled light. Could be a AAA or AA battery that uses rechargeable batteries or alkaline batteries or even lithium batteries. But you won't probably be walking around with a multi-cell, like a multi 2 or 3 cell, C cell or D cell battery. So something like this that has like 500 lumens. This just happens to be a Duracell. You don't really have the need for big spotlights in yours, so we're going to just put that aside. But that's just an example of overkill. That sometimes you see people, they overdo it in their gear. So we don't need to overdo our gear. We just need to have just enough, and to be prepared for unexpected emergencies. And maybe on your home, if you're doing like a perimeter search and you see something moving around in the middle of the night, something like this would be great. But totally not necessary for walking around or going to the groceries. So in terms of a single cell, type of flashlight, you have basically, a whole bunch of different choices. There's a lot of brands. I don't want to plug brands, but, you do have quite a few brands. Some of them are a little better than others in terms of make and just in quality. You know me, I'm partial to Streamlight. I have some Phoenix lights, and they're kind of hit and miss. They're okay. This is the MicroStream. I would also recommend the Stylus Pro. They're very good. They just had a recent upgrade in terms of their light output. And this is an old, flashlight I got at Target many years ago. A River Rock, uses a AA battery and so forth. But this is all you would probably need. Something between 35 and 45 lumens, probably on the lower end. That would get you through most tasks. Probably 85, 90% of most tasks are, are in need of a light that can project 30 to 40 feet at most. And, even this little AAA battery, this is a third generation. The new fourth generation puts out 45 lumens, but this third generation puts out 35 lumens, and it can easily go and project a beam of usable light 40 to 50 feet, no joke. I use it all the time at distances of 25 to 35 feet, and it's not a problem. But I think that what you have to find out is what are your needs? How far do you need it to throw? What kind of intensity do you need that focus beam to be? Do you need more throw than spill? Or do you need more spill in terms of floodlight? Do you need more coverage, overall lighting, area lighting? So you have to figure out what light meets your needs on that. So, lights cost different, prices. And, depending on if you want to go with a Surefire, and something of this size could be $100, or you could go with a Phoenix. Something like this could be $40, $50. But they might have, of course, a little higher quality materials, maybe a little bit better runtime, the newest LEDs. And so you kind of, I'm not saying you get what you pay for on all the flashlights out there, but you do have a lot to choose from. So personally, I just like the Streamlights. If I was to, start over now, knowing what I now know and having the lights options that I do have now, I would probably not do Phoenix. I would probably not, do, Surefire. And I'm not totally knocking Surefire. They're very expensive. With the light technology changing so rapidly, it's kind of hard to want to invest a lot of money into a higher dollar light just because next month or next year, you're going to have a light that is going to be able to have twice the brightness and 3 times the runtime. So I personally just stick with Streamlight products right now. And that's pretty much it. Now, I do like the photon lights. Unfortunately, this is a knockoff I got off of Amazon. I just bought a big pack of them. You can get these for like 20 to 30 cents each, depending on how many you buy at a time. And they work just fine. They're probably between 10 to 12 lumens at most. And this one is about 10 years old. This was actually a pretty good quality light back in the day. Once again, I got this at Target, and it works just fine at 45 lumens. Of course, now 45 lumens is not very much to talk about, but it's good enough for me just to move around, to find your car keys or to help unlock a door if you forgot to turn the porch light on when you went out and get the groceries. But there's a lot of other types that use lithium cell batteries, CR123s. I do have some of those. I do have some of the other ones that uses the 18650 lithium rechargeable batteries, and those are all nice and good. And I could bring them out and show you all the neat little strobe features and SOS modes and beacon modes and how cool the batteries are and the charging jacks and dockets but that doesn't really. That's just probably not what you need. I mean, maybe it is. Maybe you're looking for that, but I mean, let's just be realistic. I think over time it's just better to get simple. Something like this is under $20, and the big brother, the Stylus Pro, is about $20 as well. So if you want more light than the newer 4th generation of 45 lumens, you can get the newer ones, which has 2 AAA batteries and 90 lumen output. Something else before I end this video is going to be about candelas. Candelas is another measurement of light, but it's the actual measurement of the focused intensity of light on a spot. So when you see these packages that talk about lumens, and sometimes they're measured in different ways at different distances from the reflector or from the LED itself. And LED just stands for light emitting diode. So these don't use bulbs, and I probably wouldn't buy anything that had bulbs in the future. Then LED's fine. You can get different temperature of these LEDs. You can get them pretty much a very high intensity, which is more of a bluish tint. They're very high frequency or more of a neutral, a neutral type of LED, or you can get them even a little bit warmer. But they tend to be more neutral or very cool, which is the higher frequency. So with that being said, though, maybe simplicity is probably the best. If I was to do it over, I'd just stick with these microstreams and the Stylus Pros. The Stylus Pro is going to be my next purchase. At 90 lumens, it has excellent candela output. And once again, candela is just the concentration of light in one point. So you got to pay attention on that. If you want a more of an intense hot spot and a throw, you may want to go for those higher candela numbers and not so much look at the overall lumens output, because there's a lot of flashlights that have these large lumen numbers, lumen output, but they have lower candela. So someone that has this flashlight with low lumens, but it has high candela, can outperform a high lumen flashlight. So lumens is not what it's all cracked up to be. It's more important to look at the candelas. So with that being said, thanks again for all your support and all your comments, and I'll catch you real soon on part 3.